come in, please, please, come in. Thank you. No, please, just go and take a seat right there. Thank you so much. I really, really appreciate you coming down. No, it makes everybody's life so much easier, you know. And yeah, I don't know about you, but I'm pretty tired. I wouldn't mind going home early tonight. You know what I mean? Spend a little time with the wife and kids, you know. Okay, so let's see here. What do we have? What do we have? Okay, okay. All right. So we have a we have a missing item from the Hamptons. I'll tell you, it's amazing when I find out the things that go missing, you know, from these people. Like there was this one case. There was a pen, a freaking pen, and they reported its value at over $100,000. It was like some fancy schmancy, you know, like Mont Blanc, blah blah blah. And I was just thinking to myself, wait a minute, wait. You're telling me that a pen, a pen, you know, is worth $100,000. Like, blew my mind. Blew my mind. Yeah, yeah. Um, so anyway, thank you so much. For the record, can you state your name, please? Thank you very much. Thank you very much. And you are indeed uh, at our house up in the Hamptons there. Very nice, very nice. May I ask what you do? Oh, wow. That sounds very stressful. Yeah, pretty stressful job. I can imagine. I can imagine. But I mean, hey, if it affords you a place in the Hamptons. Oh, it doesn't. Oh. Oh, your friends. Right, right. You don't make, you know, can, if I'm gonna guess, I'm gonna, you know, you don't have to say yes or no. Um, I'm gonna ballpark what I think. I think you make uh, um, between 2 to 350,000 a year. Am I in the ballpark? Nice. See, that's okay. Yeah, I'm not. Don't get me wrong. You're very, very successful, but that's not house in the Hamptons money. You know, you know, you're comfortably living, you're enjoying yourself. But yeah, that's not house in the Hamptons money. Oh, I'm so sorry. Can I offer you something to drink? Are you thirsty a little bit? I got water. We got the soda things and Diet Coke. Can I have you a Diet Coke? Diet Coke? Sure. Yeah. I got a little mini fridge here. There we go. Hey, cheers, you know. Salute. Yeah. Chin chin. Okay. Maybe I get that little, you know, like a caffeine boost. Stay sharp here in the evening hours. Okay. Okay, so let me go into your friend's house in the Hamptons. And they reported a missing item, you know. I'm sure it is, you know, very expensive. And just walk me through it. Just like walk me through, you know, the beginning, and walk me through the evening as you remember it. You know, please don't leave out any details, anything that you think may even be mundane or silly, try to be very, very specific. Because it's often that, those little things that we think, oh, that can't possibly matter. It's weird how, like, those little things can end up being, the thing that cracks open the whole case. So, we'll stop. Yeah, I'm just gonna write some things down as you go. Okay. 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 So, there we go. Okay. Today is the time is okay. Now, start at the beginning. You were invited. Do you remember when you got the invite to this party? This little, get together soiree a couple weeks ago. So that's around like the 14th, somewhere in that. Okay. Was this was this like an evite? Was this oh, they sent a little card. Oh, ooh, they're so fancy. Got a little note and everything. Wow, wow, okay. Via card, okay. And what time was everybody supposed to arrive? Around 7 o'clock for cocktails and hanging out. Dinner was at 8:30. Okay. 7 o'clock. Did you arrive on time? Got there around like 7:30. Okay. Got there around 7:30. Fashionably late. You don't want to be the first person at the party, That's what they tell me, I don't get invited to things like this. No, no, no. Sometimes me and the boys have a poker night. That's a big night out for me. Yeah, we'll do like, if we're feeling frisky, we'll do like $100 buy-in, like, oof. And even that makes my palms get sweaty when I'm playing, Like, honestly, I would almost feel bad if it was just $20. I mean, I don't want to feel bad like taking my buddy's money. It's not. I'm a pretty good poker player. I am pretty good at reading people. I'm pretty good at knowing like when people are bluffing at me and then when people are lying. I just tell them the truth. Yeah. So anyway, I'm not here to talk about me. I'm here to listen to you. Okay. So you get to the party around 7:30, and you and the missus. Yeah, very nice. Okay. You and the missus arrive around 7:30, and you remember how many couples were there? 8 couples total, so 16 people. So is that including the hosts? Yeah. Okay. Okay. So party 16 people, and 8 couples. Okay. And had you been to this place before? First time? Yeah. What did you think? Like what was your first impression? Interesting. So it was beautiful, but kind of understated, right? I think that's kind of what happens a lot of times when you get that old money. I feel like you get the young money people, and they want to be really flashy and more gaudy, and a little more like, hey, look at me. Whereas that older money is a little more understated. Nothing's as flashy, but everything's just nice. You know what I mean? Yeah, that was your impression. Yeah, it wasn't a flashy house. It wasn't a giant mansion. Just big, but not like crazy. Exactly. Yeah. And what was the you arrived? It was catered. Very nice. Yeah, catered. Oh, so there was there were like waiters and like cooks and people like that. Nice. Okay. And do you remember like roughly how many of the staff that you saw? Maybe like The bartender, okay, a couple servers, couple waiters, and maybe a couple kitchen people. So like, 5, 7, something like that. Maybe 8, something like that. Okay. Let's go 5 to 8 staff and servers, bartender. Okay. And chef, I'm sure. Chef, okay, of course. So you get a cocktail, yeah. You remember what you had? Some kind of infusey whiskey bourbon thing. Nice. Sounds delicious. Could use one of those myself right about now. Yes, tell me about it. And they gave you a little tour. Nice. So, living room, of course. Took you to the kitchen. Oh, nice, nice. And there's a library. Oh, very nice. And they have a meditation room. Who amongst us doesn't have a meditation room? You know. But I'm sure it's very beautiful. Yeah. Interesting. Wow. That like a giant statue, like a Buddha statue. When you say giant, I mean, how big are we talking here? Like, oh wow, like 5 feet tall. Whoa. And they said it was from Thailand. Wow. It was like a fountain. What's like, huh. Very cool. Very cool. Very peaceful. Yeah. Very tranquil. Nice. Okay, well, that sounds lovely and delightful. And I had a theater room. Very nice. Theater room. They had the library. And the, what do you call that? Like a meditation room. Yeah, like a spa, like a Zen room. Call it a Zen room. And they took you to a study. Nice. What'd you think of the study? Something else, huh? Yeah. Yeah. Lots of memorabilia. Like what? Oh, a signed Bulls jersey, Michael Jordan. Wow. Wow. That's neat. That's neat. Anything else? A soccer ball with Messi and Wayne Gretzky's hockey stick. You're kidding me. Wayne. See, that's the one that's the one that I would want. Yeah, I mean, I love it, Messi and Jordan. Yeah, it's amazing, but the great one, yeah. Wayne Gretzky hockey stick. That's very cool. It was used. It was used in when he played for the Kings. I remember that. I remember that Stanley Cup versus the Montreal Canadiens. Yeah, that was a tough one. I really was rooting for those guys. I was really rooting for Gretzky there. That's neat, though. What a cool piece of memorabilia. Nice. Big watch collection. Nice. Yeah. Anything kind of jump out at you? Not so much. You're not too much of a... No, okay. Anything else jump out at you that was... Wow. You had Mickey Mantle and a signed Babe Ruth. Wow. He's a real sports guy, huh? Okay. Babe Ruth, Mickey Mantle. Okay, these are like the... These some heavy hitters. Babe, Mickey. We said Messi. We said MJ. We said the great one. Yeah. Yeah. Very nice. So after this tour, everybody goes and they sit down and nice dinner. Nice. Nice. Beautiful. Beautiful. Remember what you had? A Chateaubriand. I think I heard of that. What is that? Is it like, it's a steak, right? It's a tenderloin. Oh, it's a tenderloin. What makes it special? Oh, it's like the center of the tenderloin. It's like the tendiest of the tenderloin. Oh, oh, very nice, very nice. How was it? Choice. Love that. Love that. Nice. Nice. I assume, like, wine and all that. Nice, very nice. What kind of wine do you remember? Oh, some Barolo. Oh, oh, I do love me some Barolo. No, I've been very fortunate that, from time to time, I've been around, like you. I have a couple, wealthier friends, and been treated to a couple of the little defineries. Nothing like this, nothing. I don't think, nothing like that. But certainly some nice experiences. So yeah, that's and you do a little bit of that, and everybody's having a good time and telling some jokes, and then what happens? Okay, the dinner. Oh, oh, hot tub time. Did everybody bring their bathing suits? Some did, some didn't. Okay, so when you won the ones, well, you brought a bathing suit. No judgment. Just you. So cocktails and a little hot tub time afterward. Nice. Hot tub and cocktails. Sounds like my kind of body. All right. And nothing crazy. Nothing crazy. Nothing crazy. Everybody's having a good time. Very good. People just having a good time. All right. And okay, so then like roughly how long you were doing cocktails and hot tubs? Probably till like 11, 11:30. Okay. Okay. And like 11:30. And then you dry it off. You got cleaned up. You had some coffee afterward. No, you had some coffee, and that would be like around 11:45, midnight, somewhere in there. And then you and the missus, drive home, and you get back home around 1 a.m. Okay. Beep boop bop boop. Okay, around 1 a.m. You get home, and you have it shows up on your Ring camera. Nice, beautiful, love that, beautiful. So yeah, you have a Ring camera, gorgeous. And I can check. You don't mind if you can just text that to me. You don't mind, do you? Thank you so much. I gotta be, you know how it is. You gotta be really thorough. Beautiful. Okay, you can text me the Ring camera footage of you getting home around 1 a.m. Very nice. And then you brush your teeth, went to bed. Nice. Good stuff. Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. Well, yeah, somewhere during that time, this thing went missing. And do you have any suspicions? I mean, if you had to put yourself in your detective shoes, and you had to think, all right, out of the I don't think the host stole from himself. So we got 8 couples, so seven couples, so 14 people, give or take, right? 14 people. Okay. Minus you, so you got 12 people, minus you and the missus. You got 12 people. Did you know them all? No, you knew a couple of them. You knew like 6 people there. Okay. So like 7, 8 strangers. Okay. Everybody seemed nice. Like, did you notice any like weird behavior? Did you notice anybody, like casing anything or anybody being suspicious? You know, no. No. Okay, well, that's good. No, I'm trying to think any other kind of details you might have missed. Um, let's see. So you get there at 7. We said 7:30. You had cocktails. Um, You went and you showed the library, the Zen room. Again, like during the tour, the grand tour, did you notice? Did you notice anything? Anything strange? Okay. Okay. No. Okay. Mm, mm. You said that you went to the hot tub time. Yeah, it's before you had dinner. Started around like what did you say? 8:30? 8:30? Okay, somewhere in that neighborhood. And then hot tub goes until around like 9:30. 10 people are playing, hanging out, jumping in the pool, having a good time, splashing around, you know. Oh, there's a fire pit. Oh, a fire pit. Very nice. There's a fire pit as well. So people kind of go from like the pool to the jacuzzi to the fire pit, and it's kind of like hanging out. Okay. Boy, this sounds like a nice party. I want to be a friend with you. I want to be friends with your friends, that's for sure. Okay, fire pit. And you said this is all going on between 9:30 to 11:30, give or take. Okay, 9:30 to 11:30. Do you remember being inside the house at all during that time? No, are you outside? Okay, between 9:30 and 11:30, everybody's outside. Um, okay, okay. And good. Now, okay, one thing that I happen to know, okay, is there's no camera in the study, but there is a camera facing out of the garage that has a reflection in the window that reflects into the study, and I have on that camera at 10:47 you entering the study. What do you think? So, no, I'm not accused. I'm not saying you stole anything. I'm not saying you stole anything. I'm saying that it just so happens that at 10:47 there is you being in the study entering. Yeah. You went inside to go to the bathroom and you want to take another look at the memorabilia. Hey, I get it. What was your favorite? The Michael Jordan. Yeah, fair enough. You're a basketball man. Nice, nice. You just want to take a look at it again. Nice. Okay. So, you had to go to the bathroom, you go inside the house, and you bop inside the study. And, okay, and this is, you want to take a closer look at take a closer look at the Michael Jordan. Nice. Good stuff. The jersey. Nice. And, and that's it. Nothing else. Yeah. Okay. Okay. You sure about that? That's it. Is there any other detail? Anything else that you might be missing? I'm gonna just think really hard. Be very careful here. Anything you might be missing. Because here's the thing. You don't know anything about the watch. Oh. Oh. Well, I don't think I ever told you there was a missing watch. Did I tell you there was a missing watch? I don't think I told you that there was a missing watch. There was a missing item. Um, hmm. So you know, you heard there was a missing watch. Got it. Got it. Word travels fast. Right. 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 So, of course. Of course. So you heard there was a missing watch. Of course. Okay. Do you remember who told you there was a missing watch? The host's wife. Okay. The host's wife. So, okay. So that's and it kind of spread like wildfire amongst everybody. Okay. Okay. Um, yeah. Well, you may or may not know this. Um, you're not gonna believe this. You're not gonna. He's claiming that the watch that went missing is some fancy schmancy, Patek Philippe, POJ, blah blah blee blue. He said that watch is worth over $200,000 for a watch. 200 grand. You believe that? That's like it's like a year's salary for you. It's like several years' salary for me. A freaking watch. Can you believe that? I mean, I don't get it. I mean, look, I like watches. I like a good watch. But no, this is a citizen. Look, it's a nice watch. It's a classic timepiece. But I'm not spending 200 grand on a freaking watch. Goodness gracious. So we got that. You know about watches? Not too much. You wear a watch? Okay. Yeah. Not right now, okay. But yeah, alright. Alright, alright. Well, here's the thing. I don't think you took it. But I think you know who did. Who else was in the study with you? Now, I want to be very clear. I'm not going to ask you a question that I don't know the answer to. Okay? So, we got to be able to trust each other. And you said you were inside the whole time, and now I know you were. I know you went into the study at 10:47. I know you went in the study, and I know you weren't alone. Who was in the study with you? Nobody. Are you? Nobody was in this. Are you sure about that? You might be trying to protect somebody. I understand that. I mean, who may have been with you? Hmm? Think very carefully and just answer honestly. Just answer honestly. It'll make our lives so much better. Who was with you in the study? Your wife. Good. That's what I wanted to hear. So you and your wife entered the study at 10:47 p.m. And is it possible? Is it possible that your wife may have wandered off with a certain Patek Philippe watch in her purse? Not to your knowledge. I understand. I'm not accusing you or your missus of taking it. I'm asking, is there any possibility? Okay. Okay. Well, would you mind coming back in the morning with your wife? Yeah. You want to bring a lawyer too? That is your prerogative. I don't think that's necessary at all. Um, if you would like to bring your lawyer, you are of course welcome to. No one's under arrest here. Okay. Um, but would you be so kind as to come back in the morning with the missus, and we'll have a talk and get this all squared away. Thank you. Thank you so much. You've been so cooperative. Oh, you can leave that can right there. Don't worry about that can. Oh no, I just don't want you wandering around and throwing it away in the non-recycles. Just, the recycle bins. It's out the corner. Around. It's in a little lounge area, and I'm just a stickler for recycling, saving the planet one can at a time, right? Thank you very much. We'll see you in the morning.